This is Ron Mateg at the Southwest Railroad with some updates on some engines. So, I mentioned this locomotive probably in a few videos in the past. This is one of the original Southwest Railroads that I decorate, railroad locomotive that I decorated as a GE 44 tonner. I've done this probably about 4 or 5 years ago. After I did this one, then I did this one probably 2 or 3 years ago. And this was an old Afton blue box that I was trying to decide what to do with it. It was decorated for Rio Grande, so I passed out the Rio Grande and I went with the Southwest Railroad. Now, Southwest Railroad is a fictional freelance railroad that serves as a transfer point for Southern Pacific for their branch lines to the main lines and the industries that Southern Pacific generally wouldn't service. So that's where the Southwest Railroad came in at. It's a short line railroad. They didn't run a lot of big 6 axles or fancy locomotives. Most of everything that they used was secondhand stuff from other railroads. So this was a SW1000 that I did. It was a Rio Grande engine. Then recently, this was the third one that I just did like in the last week or so. So it's a Rapido 44 turner. So I went ahead and I took this whole engine apart. I weatherized it. I labeled it, of course. I added my own horn. I didn't want to get too fancy with the weathering. I kind of kept it simple. I didn't really get around to the trucks, but it's kind of, the trucks snap off, so that'll make that a little easier, and I'll come back to that at a later time. This rear headlight, so they interchangeable. You got that one, like the extended headlight, I guess. I don't know exact name of the title for it. And then you got the original that came with it, the flat corner. So it was options. They gave you a bag with all the optional parts. And for some reason, they glued these headlights in. So I couldn't get this one off. I did get this one off, but it's not really seated right. So at some point, I'm going to have to take it off again and reseal it because I got a lot of light bleed around the edges. So I want to take care of that. And like I said, I added my own horns. I have the hatches open. I did good weatherizing. The handrails gave me some problems because they glued to the body. I mean, to the lower sill, and they are free. They're not glued to the actual body itself, which is cool. But I got everything done, and at the very end, I broke the handrails on the other side. So wasn't too happy with that. It's actually broke at the bottom, so I gotta glue that down. And then, like I said, right there on the corner, they just kind of fit in place. They're not really glued in. So I guess once I get these ends glued in, then I figure out when I'm gonna actually glue them in or just leave them free like they originally were. And one other item, so I'm working on 2 other Southwest Railroad locomotives. Currently, one of them got sent off to a company. I'm not going to actually say the name until it comes back, but it was a Burlington Northern RS3, and it's being custom weatherized. And then when it comes back, I'm going to do the patchwork for the Southwest Railroad. And this is going to be the final victim for the Southwest Railroad patch job. So a little history with this. So I'm a little disappointed, not so much in the locomotive. There's nothing wrong with the locomotive. Picked it up about 3 weeks ago. But so problem is, I was when I was at Amherst, I got sold on a Blue Nami, the whole concept of Blue Nami. So I said I was going to use this locomotive as a test bed. So I purchased the decoder, put the decoder in, and the decoder works. The light came on, the different features and functions, but the sound wasn't working. So I said, okay, I took the decoder out, put it back in. I figured maybe it was plugged in wrong. Still no sound. So I took out another decoder from another engine that was close by, put it in, and the sound worked. So I said, okay, it's not the locomotive, it was the decoder. So then I put that Bunami in another locomotive to see what happened. Same story, no sound. All the functions and the motor features was working, but just no sound. So I had to send that decoder back. But meanwhile, I wanted to put that decoder in this locomotive because it was I wanted to send it off to get custom weatherized. And then once it came back, just like the BN RS3, I'm going to do the start on a patchwork with it. So right now I'm in limbo because I don't have a decoder for this. I'm waiting on the decoder to come back from Soundtracks whenever that happens. Then I put it back in the locomotive and have it shipped off to be customized, weatherized. And then I can go from there. But right now, nothing's happening. So I got a quick mail call. So I'm going to push this to the side, show the mail call. So this mail call came from the Colorado Model Railroad Club out in Greeley, Colorado. It is one of their club boxcars. I ordered it it came in, today's Friday. I'd say like Wednesday or whatever. I forgot what it looked like, so we're going to look at it together, see what it looks like. All I know is it's a boxcar that the museum customized themselves, and they got them online for sale. So spare you the trouble by taking it out the box, will save us some time. Okay, so here we go. And this is a Katy boxcar from the Colorado Model Railroad Museum. Pretty cool. So, looks like a 50-foot single door boxcar decorated for the Colorado Model Railroad Museum. That's a beauty. So as of now, I got about 2 or 3 different club freight cars, so of course it'll go along well with that. I don't know if I weatherize it. I'll probably just leave it alone. I don't want to get too crazy or fancy with it. But that's that for the mail call. And one other mail call to show you real quick. Okay, so back to the shaky cam. So this is an early birthday present. I always wanted one of these. It's a mini table saw. And it has all the different features. It has a saw top. It has an extension for a flex tool kit. I have a bag full of accessories with all types of cutting blades. I got sanders, scrubbers, buffing pads, you name it. It's basically an all-in-one tool kit. And like I said, I've always been wanting one of these. I've just been putting it off. The directions for it was a little mediocre, but I managed to get it put together. So now I can do some of these projects with some ease, now that I got the tools to work with. So I'm gonna cut it there. Been a little busy, so I haven't really been able to do what I wanted to do lately. Like I said, I've been tied up with some projects that's not working out too well. Like it's with these coder issues and waiting for these models to come back from being decorated. But all in all, it'll get done, and when it's all done, I'll show you everything that I did. But for now, I'm gonna call it a night, and I'll talk to you later. Bye for now.